Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and get your notepads ready because in today's video, I am sharing with you 23 interior design ideas, materials, finishes that will get your home ready for 2023. We've got some things to talk about, so let's get into the video. One thing every home needs are black accents no matter what the style is. I absolutely love these and we need to see more of them in 2023. Black is great to be used in a modern space to give it some interest, to give it a grounding element, and it's also great in a more traditionally designed space because you get that sleek, that chic, that one dark grounding feature that will juxtapose all of the ornate finishes you might have. Something a lot of people have but is underrated and shouldn't be in 2023 are columns, whether they're decorative or if you just have that big boxy drywall column in your home, do something extra with it. I love an ornate column, and if you have a modern space, adding them in can be very architectural and feel very chic. But if you have those big boxy columns in your home and don't know what to do, clad them in an interesting material. Maybe that's an oversized stone tile. It can feel very substantial and feel very sophisticated in any and every space. If you're in the position in 2023 where you are looking for a new home, don't underestimate the power of walls, of a more formal layout, of something that's not necessarily open concept. Consider how you live and look for that in your home. And if you have that open concept home, consider adding some walls, some barriers, a dividing element to create a more formal layout that might actually work better for you in terms of paint and trim and accessories and decor. I love a modified open concept space with great flow, but it doesn't necessarily have to be one big open room. Terrazzo and quartzite are designer favorites and I absolutely love them. If you're considering terrazzo, look for something that has a heritage reference, something that's subtle and subdued as you would have seen in terrazzo in the 1920s. I absolutely love terrazzo and the fact that it's back. It's great for tiles, for flooring, for countertops, you name it, terrazzo is beautiful. But don't underestimate another material like quartzite. This is really cool and not something we see all that often. Marble is very popular, but in 2023, challenge yourself, look outside of the bounds of what you just see online or on social media and look at something like quartzite. It's interesting, it's unique, and you get some really cool colors in this material that everyone can definitely find something they appreciate about. Something I hope we see more of in 2023 is sustainability and recycled materials. I absolutely love finding products that are made from recycled plastic bottles or even ocean waste. I think that's incredible and amazing, and one of the most sustainable things we can do is find a way to take things that are otherwise not appreciated, would be considered garbage, and find the way to recycle them into our home and make them into something beautiful. Sustainability doesn't have to be a compromise on your style, so in 2023, look for items that use recycled materials and offer sustainability because it's a great way to do something good for the world around you and for your home. Plaster and alabaster lighting are all the rage in 2022 and will continue to be in 2023, so be on the lookout for them. You can find them new, you can find them vintage. There are some amazing small lighting manufacturers that offer fixtures in these materials. They can be incredible and add such a beautiful statement to a space in an understated way. Definitely don't write off plaster lighting and alabaster lighting. Look for vintage or antique references because this can add a very chic and European feel to any space. Ceilings are one of the most underrated spaces in your home, so don't underestimate them because you have more unused space on your ceiling than anywhere else in your home. Look for a ceiling detail. You know I absolutely love that. Look for paneling. Shiplap ceilings are also very cool. A coffered ceiling can be amazing, but so can adding plaster details. Don't forget about just painting the ceiling. That can be really amazing and add a bold impact to a space that might be a little bit underwhelming, that might need that impact in a unique way. Ceilings are totally underrated and let's not forget about them in 2023. Your home is where you live and it should work for you, so don't forget the fact that every room in your house is just a space. You can use it for anything you want it to be. If you don't need a dining room, but you need an office, that's the perfect place for one. If you have multiple bedrooms and you need a gym or a kid's playroom, don't forget you can turn any space into any room, any function you want it to serve. Spaces in homes are there for you to use, so don't feel pressured to have a space just because everybody else has a formal living room or dining room. Organic modern has been one of the biggest trends for the last few years, and it's not going anywhere because this is a great style and a lot of people love it. However, if you have organic modern, it can be a little bit overwhelming with the amount of this style we see on social media, so don't be afraid to layer in some antiques, vintage vintage pieces or furniture and accessories from other interior design styles. This will make your space feel so much more personal and so much more you, and it's kind of an offshoot of organic modern, and maybe you make a new trend. I love that for you. On this channel, I'm always trying to encourage you to stay true to your personal style and not just what's on trend, which is why if you haven't already, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, and join the LeChic family. And after you have done so, please be sure you share with me so that I can personally welcome you to the channel. Monochromatic design can also be your personal style, and I love monochromatic design. I hope we see so much more of it in 2023. And I'm not just talking about all neutrals. I love that if you do. However, I'm talking about bold colors, so let's do something interesting in our spaces. Monochromatic design is all the same color and slightly varied tones. I absolutely love this, and I think it's so amazing because when you are using all of the same color, you are left with so much texture and visual interest. Something I've always loved and shared before is flagstone. I love this. However, what I'm seeing people doing is taking remnants of broken marble tiles and creating their own flagstone-like floor. I think this is amazing. A great way to take something that would otherwise be considered garbage and turn it into something beautiful in your home. This could be great in a foyer or a small powder room. I absolutely love this, and it could be done relatively affordably. I think these broken marble tile floors are so beautiful, so interesting, and I love a mix of different stone. I think that's something that's going to be amazing for 2023. 2022 was the year about anything in design goes, and 2023 is going to be all about the same thing. I love personal style, and I want to encourage you to look at other interior design styles and find a redeeming quality in them, even if it's not your personal taste or a style you really love. This broadens your horizon and exposes you to a lot of other different styles and unique elements that might benefit your space. Everyone has a window in their home that maybe doesn't have a great view. Sometimes it looks out over just another wall, or sometimes it looks out over a public space, or you just want a little extra privacy. Slatted window treatments can be so amazing and very interesting and lend a modern touch to any space. I absolutely love these type of window treatments, and they are so cool. You could do shutters like this, or you could have something custom made that will add privacy to a window outside of just putting drapes or something that will block light from coming into your space. Wallpaper has always been amazing, and we really loved it in 2022, and we're going to continue that in 2023. So don't be afraid to challenge yourself to bring this into your space. Envelop the entire envelope in it, because that can create such a beautiful statement and impact. I'm not personally a big fan of accent walls, but if you really love wallpaper and you want that accent feature, you don't want to do the entire space in it, consider having it framed in multiples and line them up together on a wall. This can get you an oversized, a large piece of artwork that can really make a big statement in your space. Don't forget about the natural focal points your space already has. We love to bring in fun accents and accessories and bold wall colors, but don't underestimate the power of framing that beautiful window you have or the fireplace. Sometimes it might be a great piece of molding in your space. That can be really beautiful, so don't forget the natural focal points that your home already has and take advantage of them in the best way you can. I just mentioned open concept spaces and you looking for a new home, but if you've got one of those homes that has a big open concept space, don't be afraid to add some sort of dividing feature or barrier into those spaces. There are lots of unique and creative ways you can do this. You could add in some columns or some bookcases. You could add in a very interesting architectural or glass feature. There are even slats and louvers you can add to a space that will divide it up, but still maintain that great flow and sight lines. I absolutely love an open concept space if that works for you, but if it doesn't, don't be afraid to add some customizations that will maybe make it feel a little bit closed off, a little bit cozier, but will still allow you to have that great access that we all love from an open concept space. But be sure you use professionals and you get contractors out to see what the possibilities in your space actually are. And if that's not an option for you, be sure to check out my How to Decorate Open Concept video. It'll be linked right here and in the description box down below. In 2023, I want everyone to embrace color within reason in your home. Color can be such a great way to add personality and character and layers to a space. I know that I'm sitting in an all-white space, but in my home, I layer color through artwork, through rugs and accessories. This can be a good idea for you to embrace a little bit of color. Don't be afraid of something bold and vibrant, but if you're not the person that absolutely loves those jewel tones, don't be afraid to put something that's a little bit more neutral and subtle into your space. These darker, richer colors can be great year-round and can lend lend themselves to you exploring your creativity, exploring what you like, and adding some color to your space. This is a great way to put some personality and character into your home, make it a little bit more fun. We don't want to be living in bread boxes, but if you're not comfortable with really bold and vibrant color, don't push yourself too hard into it because you might regret it later. Look for things that are smaller, soft furnishing items like rugs, pillows, blankets, and don't forget to bring in some colored florals to help you embrace the color in maybe a little bit of a temporary way. In design, we talk about dated elements and trends a lot, but don't be afraid to embrace some of them in your space if you've got them. I love a brick fireplace, and be grateful you have that because it can be so amazing when styled correctly. Don't just paint all of the wood because you think that's out and it's dark. Embrace a dated element in your home and your space, and maybe that's through a piece of furniture. Don't worry so much about when it was made or if it's in. Take that piece and make it in. Make it popular. Take that design element and make it work in your home. Dated elements don't have to be a bad thing. They're indicative of a certain time period, and that's okay. Look for timeless elements to surround that with, and all of a sudden it won't feel dated anymore. It'll feel very elegant, sophisticated, chic, and current. I absolutely love that. Timeless design doesn't have to mean everything is of the now. It has to mean that everything works together in a beautiful way. In your home, don't be afraid to mix materials and specifically different types of stone. I absolutely love that, and I think it brings so much character into a space. Designers really love this, mixing white marble with black and with green and with brown tones. Mix all of them together to create a space that's really interesting and unique. Be careful not to overwhelm things though, and I completely understand that not everyone loves natural marble, but right now in design there are some amazing alternatives coming out. One of my favorite are actually porcelain countertops. These are unbelievably real and one of the only materials that could actually fool me into thinking it's real marble. I think this is really great and something worth looking into in your home for 2023. I absolutely adore natural stone, so don't be afraid to mix marble and travertine together, and right now we're not seeing granite be as popular. So go to a stone yard and look and see what you can find that's a good deal that you like and that feels interesting to you. I absolutely love natural stone and don't think you should write it off. And that reminds me that in 2023, I want you to focus on your lifestyle to guide you. Not only do I want you to get inspired by the things around you in your space and the lifestyle you want to live, but I want you to remember the lifestyle you actually do live. If you have kids and dogs or mobility issues, let that guide you in your decisions when it comes to interior design. Sometimes the most expensive thing can be the most delicate, and you may not want that in your home. So be sure you're looking at the materials you're bringing into your space and making sure you can actually keep up with them. It's not always about having the most beautiful space. Sometimes it's about having the most functional space that will work the best for you and will actually be maintainable for you. When you're designing your home, don't forget about the small details and the little accessories and things you use every day. These can be elevated as well. Those soap dispensers and even your toothbrush on the counter. Are they actually working with the space, or are they just stealing the attention away from that really expensive countertop you put in? Don't forget about all of those little accessories and things you use every day. They can actually take a mundane task like washing your hands and turn it into an experience that you're actually having in that beautiful space you've designed. And don't forget about those pet accessories as well. Just because you have your dog doesn't mean his bed doesn't need to be cohesive and work within the space. It can be elevated into something really beautiful. One of the most important things you can remember for any time, let alone 2023, is not to over-design your space. This is when you plan every single thing meticulously. Everything matches, all of it is absolutely 100% perfect because it can be devoid of character. Sometimes those things just don't feel natural. It can feel like a hotel lobby. Maybe it feels like you booked a nice suite at the hotel, but hey, I love that for you, but I don't want to live in that suite. I want my home to be reflective of me, and I want yours to be reflective of you. So don't be afraid to incorporate one-off items that maybe don't go 100% perfectly because it lends authenticity to the space. It feels genuine. Don't over-design your space because sometimes that means the space doesn't look like anyone lives there, and you should have a space that looks like you live there, especially if you live there. Something I've always loved and I think everyone should embrace in 2023 is mixing warm and cool tones. So many of us have those gray homes that we're looking to do something different with, but maybe you don't have the budget for. Mix in some warm tones. And if you've got a really, really warm space that you're saying, Garrett, it feels overwhelming to me, add in some cool tones. I absolutely love mixing warm and cool tones together because it can be such a great way to get an unexpected designer looking and finished space. Look for warm tones and cool tones and mix them together. Cool grays and warm whites go beautifully together and create a very interesting and unique space. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I also want to know, what are some of the trends, some interesting design features or details you want to see in 2023? Be sure to share with me in the comment section down below. And I also know that you know someone, they're moving, they're redecorating their house in 2023, and sweetheart, they need some help. Be sure you share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.